Hi guys, Hasina here with another chat. As usual, I have topics on my list that I never ever reach to or reach to them inadvertently. There's just things on my mind I want to share. I hope that it becomes cohesive and that it makes sense, and then maybe it'll become a topic on its own. Who knows? Our digital paperwork, if you're liking these chats, please share, like, and subscribe. I would always love to hear from you, so please comment as well. All right. Just felt like timing to talk. Uh, this one I think is going to be a big one for like my empaths, my HSPs. Those who don't know what HSP is, that's a highly sensitive person. Um, Thinking of y'all because I am one. I don't really adhere to the uh, view of being an empath as much anymore. I kind of took my cue from Mariam Hazaneya, who calls herself a retired empath. Um, I was an empath before I really ever understood uh, what it meant or what it was. But you know, like you walk into a room, you're walking into the room, you're fine, and then you get in the room, you walk out of the room, and every feeling imaginable you're feeling, and you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, I did that for the majority of my life, including my childhood. So I never want to do that again. So I practice a lot of vibrational energetic boundaries and making them firm and shielding. But that's a whole nother conversation. My point is I try my best to be empathic, to be empathetic, but to not really strongly hold to the being of the being an empath. I am an HSP. I would not. I don't know. I think if you know what it is and you understand what it is, you get it. I think if you don't, you're like, eh. So I think maybe another day I'll have like an in-depth conversation about HSPs. And I'll try to make this video very quick because it is very warm in my town, and I turned up the AC, so that I could be heard more clearly. So yeah, this one for empaths and HSPs when they're not feeling their best and they have to maybe go get a checkup, go to the doctor, go to the hospital. I just have some gentle tips about that for you guys. Please make sure to shield yourself. Do energetic shielding. Google energetic shielding, and be cognizant that it's really important to do that before you enter any space where you have to get a checkup or speak with doctors or be in a waiting room where everyone's waiting to get checked out. That's incredibly important because you want to be able to clearly assess what your feelings are, be clear on what your symptoms are, make sure they don't randomly change because you're in that space. And so you don't take anything home with you and then end up feeling worse after you leave. Also, give yourself some time when you maybe get any results or get any advice from your doctor, nurse practitioner. Give yourself some hours. I would ideally a day, but sometimes I know it's hard when you're dealing with stuff to really assess what was told to you and see how much of it is really for you and how much of it is vibrational within the message, within the people, within anything. I thankfully have gotten really good at that. Unfortunately, because I have to go to the doctor's a lot, so like I kind of fucking have to. And so that part is whack, but getting good at that is really, really important. A lot, you know, even if you just have to start taking breathing techniques, or it depends. Some people, it's more important to keep whatever you heard inside and then assess, or you have to blurt it out and kind of like have like verbal diarrhea so that it's gone and you can figure out what's really for you. Yeah, that's incredibly important. And if you can, like I said, shielding, but if you can do things to kind of like raise your own vibration as high as possible, all the things that make you feel incredibly good, if you can do them leading up to your checkup, so that your vibration is high as possible. Because let's keep it 100, ain't nobody saging, no waiting rooms, ain't nobody pulling out the Palo Santo, it ain't happening. So you have to do that that kind of work, you know. And you know, like go in and, you know, maybe you're not always a smile, but smile, things that are going to make your heart feel good. That's really important, so that you can get the information you need and it be clear for you and not cloudy with anybody's stuff, including the doctor, including the person checking you out. I just wanted to say that I felt like that was really, really important to share. I guess this is gonna be, we're gonna talk about this. This is kind of connected. I think people mean well, but I do think, you know, even when you go to the card section in a store and you see like sympathy cards, and you definitely want to show your care to people. I think that we need to get back into the conversation of what that means. I think we need to get back, and I wrote a little bit about this online, so if you saw it, you know what I'm about to say. But like, I think we need to remember the differences between sympathy and empathy, and we really need to get more into the practice of what empathy and compassion is and how it differs from sympathy. Because sometimes people are going through really, really rough situations, but they're okay. Meaning here and here in spirit, they are okay. And then in your attempt to show that you are with them, you are paying attention, you care, you love, you say, oh, are you okay? Are you doing all right? Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna pull it through? And they're like, oh shit, well, maybe I'm not all right. I'm not. I thought I was, but the way you responded to me, I don't know. I know it's a rough situation, but I don't know. And that can be tough. And for the person, it can make the person look like an asshole because you don't. Like for me, I'm just like, okay, I get it, I'm fine, okay, thank you, appreciate it, but I'm fucking fine. It's just a rough patch. I'm good. And not even in a wall, but like the kind of sympathy, the weight that you're bringing to me, it's just more weight on top of what is more vibrational weight on top of what I may already be dealing with, someone may already be dealing with. So let's always be like really thinking about that. How can we show our empathy and compassion that does not feel like pity? It's really important. I have a really tough time with this. I have some friends that are going through some things, and I don't know if I've been handling this the best way, because I don't really know what to do, and I don't really know what to say. And so, like, when I say this to you, I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to me. Never, ever, ever, ever get that confused. I think, you know, you have to ask. That's what I need to do. That's what we all need to do. And sometimes, when let me stop there. Ask if you are in a position in that relationship where you would have reached out to that person if they were fine too. Otherwise, fall back. I think we lose that sometimes as human beings, that we do not care for each other when things are good. And yes, it's great to show up when it's not, but it almost looks like we're grief hunters. I know some people might be offended by this, and that's not my intent. I just want us to all consider, reconsider, think about it. Tell me I'm wrong. If you think I'm wrong, that's fine. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree. That's fine. But I think we need to just sometimes think about it. Can we show up for people when we think they're doing okay? Because let's keep it 100. Everybody is not 100% okay 100% of the time. So even if they're 95% okay and everything is great, when you show up for them and that 95 is rocking, it lifts up that 5% that's not working. And so when it's not 95 and it's more 59 and you show up, that connection is already really there. And it feels authentic and it feels real and it feels like real love and real care. It feels like real spirit. It feels like humanity. And that is what the fuck we keep missing here, is humanity. Our humanity. Our humanity was built through spirit. So when we lose that shit, we get farther and farther away from our real, authentic beingness and who we truly are. I don't want to make it political because I could make a video about that. But any law that tells you not to care for your fellow human, ain't it? It ain't it. So like I said, I'm not even going to get deep in there because I could be here all night. Empathy. Empathy, it's important. Compassion, it's important. Sympathy makes sense when you've already done empathy and compassion. Make sure sympathy never leads too deeply into pity. Support when well. Support is more honored when it stops going well, because it was already there. Shield. Lift your vibration before going into spaces where you could hear some shit you don't want to hear. Where you could be around some people who are going through it. Because you're helping yourself and you're also helping them. You come uplifted, they get maybe a little more lifted. Maybe not high enough, and maybe they're at 19 and they went to 20. It's worth it. That 1% was worth it. I think that's good enough. Is that my husband? I think that's my husband. So that's it. That's everything. I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you remain cool if you're in a hot space right now. Love on yourself, be kind to yourself, love on others, be kind to others. And we will talk soon. One love, peace.